Rich Dad Cashflow game. How to play the Rich Dad Cashflow game online. Step number 1. Have a computer with internet access. Step number 2. Go to richdad.com. Step number 3. Create a free account. Step number 4. Find the link to play Cashflow Classic free. From there, we're going to click anywhere. Start playing. Going to create a new room. Name it whatever you want. Give yourself a fancy password. And then you should be able to begin the game. Once you have your Rich Dad Cashflow game going, then you're going to choose a dream. There's 2 ways to win this game. One is to land on your dream and buy it. 2 is to make a certain amount of money out here in this fast track. How do you get to the fast track? You have to get out of the rat race to get to the fast track. How do you get out of the rat race? I will show you that after I choose this dream stock market for the kids. The way you get out of the rat race is by having your passive income higher than your total expenses. So for example, I'm a janitor. My total expense is $950. So I have to have my passive income higher than my total expenses, which this number will change throughout the course of the game, and all these numbers will change. This is a financial statement. You got your income, your expenses, your assets, your liabilities. This is also called a income and balance statement. Income statement, balance statement. Everyone has one of these. A business, a church, you, anyone, every person. Any person, any type of entity that can have a bank account will have a financial statement. So you want to win the game of finances, you got to keep score. Let's just start rolling. Alright, we're going to go with the small deals. Because I only have $560 and the small deals are $5,000 or less, generally speaking, I like to have around $20,000 or more before I go with the big deals. That's just how I roll the cash flow game, because I noticed that there's 6,000 to 20,000. Those deals aren't necessarily that great, but there's still some pretty good deals in the small deals. So, all right. So stock, generally $5 and less. $10 and less I buy, and then as the game goes on and I start getting more assets that I can use for capital gains and cash flow, then I start lightening up on stock. So for example, in this particular game, you can't sell covered calls against your stock, you don't collect dividends on this particular stock, and you can't do any type of option trades with these stocks. So basically in this game, your normal stock, you are just going to get capital gains. But when you get a house, you can get cash flow and you can get capital gains. So once I start loading, once I have like a certain amount of deals or whatever assets loaded up that can give me capital gains only, then I start becoming more selective. And then at some point, I'm just getting assets that do capital gains and cash flow. But in the meantime, I'm buying. Now I don't have a lot of money. So how much am I going to buy? How many shares? So if I do 10 shares, it's $50. If I do 50 shares, can't do 150. What about if I did 51 shares? Okay, I'll do 51 shares. sometimes it's really quick to get out of the rat race when you're the janitor. I don't have any plexes. Golfing. Alright, I don't have 20 acres. So there's the card before this and this one. This is where you could sell an asset. I'm getting a little more cash on hand, and my monthly expenses are $950. One thing that I like to pay attention to is I try to keep my monthly expenses always on hand in case I get downsized. If I get downsized, I'm going to have to pay one month's expenses, and then I miss a couple turns. Missing a couple turns, especially because I'm playing solo here, it's not a big deal. But if I don't have enough cash on hand to pay that, I'm going to have to borrow money for that, and I don't particularly like to borrow money for that. Small deal. So this is a good deal if I had that money. Now I could borrow $4,000 to come up with this down payment, but it wouldn't really help me out too much because the cash flow doesn't cover it, and I would have to pay back a lot of money, and ultimately you would just start digging my hole pretty deep. So I'm going to pass on that right now because I don't have a lot of spare cash flow. So in the beginning, sometimes is when you don't have a lot of spare cash flow. I'm glad I passed that. See that? Right past it. When you don't have a lot of spare cash flow, ooh, look at that, $1. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna go a little crazy here. I just passed this, so I have 3 paydays before I have to be concerned with that again. And I could get some other cards that would make me have to pay something. Oops. Oh, Snapples. I think I just bought 1 share. Holy moly, I bought 1 share. What a mistake. Pressing the wrong thing. So my big plan just went up in smoke. Oh boy, now now it's not even letting me roll any dice. There we go. Well, I guess life goes on, my friends. Oh, 1 share. Oh, I might as well sell it. Look at that. Well, at least I made some money. But man, can you imagine if I would have loaded up? You know, I can imagine it. But what's the point of imagining it? Because I made a mistake. Okay, let's give me another opportunity. I'm gonna buy. Okay, for you, we're gonna load up. We'll do. Yep. Small deal. Oh, down pay 4,000. I'm not doing that. Same reason as before. Sticking with these small deals. Great. Great. Look at that. $60,000. Perfect. Now I'm going to get into the big deals. It's not the greatest down pay of 7,000, but see, in relationship to how much money I need to get out of the rat race, it's like about 25% right there. Usually when I get a big sum of money like that, 600, well, usually when I get a big sum of money like that, it usually indicates the end of the game is getting close. So I'm going to donate so I can have the choice to roll 1 or 2 dice for 3 turns. Okay, I don't have any plexes to sell. Oh, new boat, come on, skip this new boat. Skip this new boat, man. Oh, what a crock. Oh, I'm just gonna pay it because I don't really want my, I was just talking about indicating the end of the game, about an $18,000 liability. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. That just did it. Boom. Out of the rat race. Out of the rat race at, how many minutes was that? I'm not sure. But that's often what happens, is when I get that big, yes, short game. I love it. That's often what happens, is when I get a big sum of money like that, and I can start doing big deals, considerably, like 60,000. You saw some of those. I think one of those deals that I got that just put me out of the rat race was 30,000, right? So the $7,000 deal, the $30,000 deal paid, I think it was $1,000 cash flow. The $7,000 deal paid 300. So it's always, I'd like to find a deal right now where I could pay 7,000, consistently get $300 in without doing much work. Like that's pretty good for this game. Though the second one was better. So when you get that big lump sum of money, you can go for it. Subscribe to this channel. There's going to be more videos coming out. There is a playlist. I'm going to link to a playlist here at the end. That's Robert Kiyosaki Wisdom, and another playlist that's all these cash flow games. Play the cash flow game. It's free. Go to richdad.com. Start playing it. You're going to learn. You're going to get smarter. Have a fantastic day.